What's up, everybody? Sorry, I'm trying to see myself here and it's not cooperating. What's up, guys? So, as you guys see in the thumbnail, we are working on the Kraton 6S today. Any of you guys that seen the last video on this thing, we had a breakage on the chassis. It's a two-piecer now. But, we're going to change this out and do it the proper way this time. Last time, this was just a regular V4 6S Kraton, and it had the stock chassis. And I bent the stock chassis up really bad, and I purchased the EXB whenever they first came out for it. And this is the EXB chassis, but it didn't hold together. It just apparently got weak, but it sheared off quite nice. What's up, Joe Gurdon? William Jones, what's up? Stuck in this, how's it going? Big Al's, how's it going, buddy? So, today we are going to put on a proper chassis under this thing finally. We got the new chassis from M2C Racing. So, we're going to put this chassis on this thing, and also got a new rear center brace for it, because the plastic one that it had busted also. So, we're going to put some proper pieces onto this car. Since it's been holding together well for me now, haven't been having the drive shafts pop out of it. I've kind of cured it of that issue. The car's great. It jumps awesome. It's a lot of fun, but the chassis are definitely a weak spot. Well, I would say a weak spot, but the stock ones and even the EXB ones are just... they bend and break way too easy, especially for when you think the EXB chassis are a 7075, supposedly. I don't know what version of 7075 they're using, but I'm having a hard time believing it's real. But anyway, what just blew at RC? What's up? So I decided today I was debating to going out earlier. I was going to take the Limitless out with the new gearing on it. It should be good for about 140 mile an hour. And I was going to take it out, but the roads are still wet because it's been nothing but raining here for like the last 3 days. I just got home last night. I was down in Jacksonville, Florida. But was going to take a couple cars out. I know the motocross track is a muddy mess. And I was going to take the Limitless out, but the roads are still wet. So figured it'd be a good chance to get the Kraton fixed up and get the new chassis underneath this thing. So that's what we're going to do. So, anyway, I guess we'll get rolling on this thing. It's easy to just take at least a couple of the tires off this thing. What's everybody else doing? Is everybody doing for Halloween? Getting ready to go out and do the trick-or-treating thing? I'm probably going to be down here in the basement most of the evening and to get this chassis changed out. And then I'm going to finish... well, maybe not finish, but continue on with the Techno build. Got some of it put together, and also we got some goodies for the Techno. So far, honestly, guys, I was thinking about doing a video of the build series on this thing and kind of building it along, but, I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I am too enjoying just down here building this thing and putting this thing together, putting music on down here, and just kind of zoning out. So I'm not really capturing any footage of this build. Hopefully some of you guys don't mind. But anyway, I got the whole front and rears put together. I'll bring you guys on the overhead. So, anyway, yeah, we got the rear together. It's pretty much ready to go, and we got the front all together. But before I continued on, I had some goodies show up. What's up, Truck Stop Gaming? I'm going to try and catch in here and there in the comments, guys. Your son's birthday. Oh, nice. What's up, Island RC? Yeah, I should never enjoy your hobby, right? There's things, guys, I enjoy just putting stuff together, and I enjoy doing these live streams and hanging out. But honestly, I mean, guys, the Techno build, the craftsmanship on that thing, and just the joy of putting that thing together is like a zen moment. I mean, it's just... I was down here the night before I left on Tuesday night, and I came down, I'm like, all right, I'm going to pull some stuff out of the bags and go over some stuff and see, kind of look through the book. And I ended up sitting down here for 5 hours and putting all of that together. And just completely, it was some of the best 5 hours I had. It was just very enjoyable. So that's what we've been working on. But anyway, we got some goodies for the Techno. I was talking with M2C and decided we're going to put a few little upgrades on it right out of the bat before it even hits the dirt. They got one of the M2C Racing, the racing chassis. It's super light chassis. So we got a brand new M2C Racing chassis we're going to put under the Techno. Also have one of the upper steering plates, a set of their drive shafts. These are slightly tapered, a little bit thicker towards the center, so they don't bend anywhere near as easy. I've seen these, being used on the 8S and the 6S line, and they've been holding up really well. So we've got a full set of drive shafts for it, and also the rear center brace. We're going to see how, between the chassis and stuff, on what's going to be the best combination, to keep it, mainly the car is going to be a track car. Just so you guys are aware, it's going to be mainly for the track car, but I do plan on taking it, to the BMX track, and some places like that, because the electronics in it with that Techno RX-8 I got in there, they're not as waterproof. So I'm not going to be out there thrashing the thing through the mud, and it's going to be more for the track and drier conditions. So going to have some fun with it, but we got a few cool upgrades. Awesome from M2C to put on that thing before she even hits the dirt. So hopefully tonight I'm going to continue on with that build and hopefully start getting stuff actually attached to the chassis now. You have an RC shop website? I do not. I have Yuval. I don't have like an RC shop or a website or anything. I just have my YouTube. I'm on Instagram, and that's pretty much it. What's up, Just Blew It? Sugar Island, Michigan. All right, well, enough yakking. Sorry, I know we kind of got diverted there. We'll continue on with getting the Creighton torn apart here and get his chassis under this thing. Tell you what, the M2C chassis I put under the Outcast 8S has been an absolute beast. I mean, that thing has been holding up great. I mean, I clocked trees dead on full throttle and rolled that thing. And I mean, that chassis has been holding up great. So, I figure it's time. If I'm going to keep the Creighton rolling, it's time for it to get a decent chassis. I do have shirts. I got yeah, I'm sorry. I guess you're... See, guys, I'm terrible with this stuff. I do have a merch site type thing. If you go to one of my videos on my normal YouTube page, in the description is a link to it. We got shirts and hats and baseball hats and stickers and t-shirts and hoodies and coffee mugs and all that kind of stuff if you're interested in any of that stuff. I also do have the new stickers that are made up. They're not on the site right now. I'm trying to figure out how to get these stickers made by the same place, but as of right now, it hasn't been very successful. I'll show you these ones for anybody that hasn't seen them. So, man, that light is bright. Holy cow. Hold on a second. Maybe you can see them better that way. So, those are the other stickers. And they're a lot smaller, obviously. These ones, if anybody wants to get some stickers that's in here, shoot me an email with your address, and I will get them sent out to you. If you're wondering what email address, it's just... Bring it back overhead. It's just Bars&tone RC in all the word, BARSANDTONERC at yahoo.com. I know that was a lot to spit out, but just Bars&tone at yahoo.com. Shoot me an email if you want one of the newer stickers. Yeah, Earl, you definitely stick out. Nobody's going to be hitting you probably with a car or another truck. All right. Let's get the Creighton ripped apart here. Yeah, man, the rain has just been super annoying lately. That's all it seems to do is rain. I mean, I know it's that time of the year, so you pretty much expect it. But I was just down in Jacksonville, Florida, and the first day there, on Thursday, it completely downpoured on us. But Friday and Saturday were beautiful. I came back here and landed back in Pittsburgh last night to a torrential downpour at the airport. So that was a good time. Man, this screw, I think, is really bent. Can't even get that thing out of there. Oh yeah, she's definitely bent. That thing took, I mean, it was weird. I'm sure many of you seen the video. When it landed, it obviously wasn't from the last jump that broke this. It had to have just gotten weaker and weaker. Or somebody mentioned, and it might be somebody in here, that this center brace may have gave way first, and that's what let the chassis snap. And it's definitely possible. This screw, I cannot get out of this thing. It doesn't want to come out of this little center brace. Yeah, the screw's got the wobbles. Holy cow. There we go, finally. Yeah, that screw is a little bit... She's a little wonky. You have to try and tap that straight with a hammer. Yeah, you know, Big Al, yeah, exactly. Exactly, the graham cracker chassis. That's a good name for it right there. Because it is. That thing pops apart as easy as a graham cracker. But, yeah, anyway, back to the shirt, you're saying. I told Trevor, you know, I got him a shirt ordered in. And I asked him what color he wanted, and he said gray. And I said, are you sure you don't want an orange one? Something that might stick out. And he wanted gray. Now, I don't know, I don't feel like that was a good idea. But with as often as he almost gets plowed by the cars, man, nothing is wanting to come out of this thing very easily. I don't know if the screw's broken. No, it wasn't broken. Because this has the Hot Racing rear diff case on it. So, it's all held together pretty well. And now I got the wrong... But hopefully, it's supposed to be nice tomorrow, so plan is tomorrow to maybe go out to the BMX track and at some point run the Limitless to hopefully hit a new goal on that thing. With the new gearing on it, I'm hoping for at least maybe 125 in there would be cool. Just to, I'm not going to get on it full bore because I've learned my lesson with that. I'm taking it in baby steps and gradually building up. Because every time I've tried to go out there and just go crazy with it, it hasn't worked out too well. Alright, I'm getting all the little bits and pieces. I'm going to pull the front bulkhead off of it first, or the back one, and then get the front one off of it. And usually not too bad to change out. The 3S and 4S line, man, those things are so nice and simple to change out a chassis on one of those. You can literally do those things in like 20 minutes. I've broken enough of them too. Also, anybody that's seen the video on the Typhon 3S that I'm giving away, I am going to probably tonight also put together a video with the contest with entering everybody's names in it and giving the Typhon 3S away to somebody. So that will also be coming up in the next day or two. I'll post that video up probably tomorrow, announcing the winner. So be excited to see who wins that one. All right, we're going to get the broken chunk of the chassis off of here. And you know, I don't know if this... I'm wondering, I don't think I'm going to put this back on here with the new M2C chassis. But I have this Hot Racing skid plate on the back. And you know, I've just been wondering if it had anything to do with it kind of creating a sharp edge point on that thing. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong camera now. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. So, on this edge, I'm just wondering, like, do you guys think that that could have, because it's just weird. I mean, it snapped off right at the very edge of that, or if that's just where the weak point was, where it kept bending. I mean, it's probably kind of hard to see, or it's not going to focus. But, I mean, it just sheared right off of there pretty cleanly. So, I don't know. I'm debating if I should put this skid plate back on this thing or not, or leave it off now. Alright, well, we got the back off of it. I'm going to get the front off next, and then get the front and back over to the new chassis. Yeah, this is the old center brace. It's sheared. The screw completely just sheared and ripped out of the plastic on the thing, so that's garbage. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm debating on putting that rear skid back on it or not. I've kept this one on the front on top of the bumper because two things. It's helped with, obviously, you know, hits, but it's also helped with the bumper, with it not ripping the screws through the bumper, with putting the little skid over top of that bumper. It's helped that part out a lot. And there are bits and pieces of Techno and stuff all over the place. I can't wait to get that Techno up and running. I'm excited to get the electronics in that thing and get it running. The rear hinge pin brace unscrewed here. You should be about ready to come off. Yeah, forgot those. And I got the wrong bit. Anybody else have any fun today or this weekend out running? My weekends start today. My weekends run Sunday through Tuesday. Alright, well there's the whole front bulkhead and everything. And then all that's left to get out of there is all the electronics and battery boxes, which is always easy to take out of there. So I think I gotta find my rear drive shaft, because when the chassis snapped, I think I threw it in my little road box here. Yeah, there it is. Because the rear drive shaft didn't break or bend. That chassis just snapped and it went flying. Alright, I'm going to set this aside for a moment. Get all the bits and pieces. All the diffs are still nice and greased. I had actually gone over the diffs on this thing not long ago at all. And greased everything, so all that's still in good shape. What's up, Addicted? How's it going? Also, they sent me along this. I'm going to do this probably in a separate video or another time. Man, that light is so bright for some reason on this camera. It really stinks. Then we can turn this thing down again. But M2C also, I got a set of the 6S big bore shock caps with the bladderless, you know, for the Techno. These are going to be for the Techno shocks also. But the ZRS bleeder style shock caps for that thing. So the Techno, now I got batteries done. Was charging my 3S batteries along with the set of 4S for tomorrow, so that I had a set of 3S batteries to run on the Limitless, because I like running it on 6S first. And that was a big help with talking with Earl. Earl's still in here, I think. Earl's helped me out a lot with talking with settings and a little bit of guidance on the speed runs and how to go about them, because I was going about it all wrong and trying to go out there and do way too much too fast, and was wondering why I was taking out cornfields and everything else with the car. So, but yeah, I go out and run and make a few passes. I usually go out and make like 4, 5, 6 passes with the 6S. And then, once I feel comfortable, then throw the 8S in it. And definitely been helping with keeping that thing straight from now on. Get the pretty new chassis out of here. Now, what is that piece for? I'm not sure what this little piece of Delron's for. Honestly, never had one of those in the chassis or in with the packaging before. Anybody know what that's for? I mean, it lines up perfectly with like the rear. Sorry, you guys can't see that. It lines up perfectly with like the rear or the heads. I'm not sure if it's supposed to go underneath one of these. I guess I should have looked it up first, but you know, I don't know. I don't know where they go. That'll be interesting. Earl, anybody know where this goes? This little piece of Delron, this real thin little piece of Delron. Can't go in the front or rear, actually, because it's going to cover up the diff cases. So it has to be for underneath one of the motor, the center diff supports, I'm going to guess. But I'm not sure. Yeah, it lines up good with that one. This one, it would cover up that hole. So it almost would have to be for this, but I'm not sure why it's there. Well, we'll get started on the rear. Well, we got the front laying here, so what the heck. I guess we'll put the front back together first. The thing I love about the M2C chat, I mean, everything just fits up. And I mean, the fit and finish of their chassis are just phenomenal. Been really happy with the Outcast 8S and that one. I'm not gonna wind these the whole way in just yet. I'm gonna get them all started. Make sure everything is happy. If I can find all my screws. I'm losing my mind today, guys. Losing my mind. It has just been chaotic over the last 10 weeks with work. With traveling out every single Wednesday and coming back Saturday. Any of you that have flown a lot know the pain that can be. And air travel hasn't gotten any better since COVID, I can tell you that. people have lost their minds. I'm kind of hoping that somebody from M2C would come in here and I could see and tell me where that piece of Delron goes. And hopefully it's not somewhere I've already covered up. So, Earl, how are you liking, I mean, honest opinion, how do you like that Vendetta? I know you've been putting together a lot of videos, and I've been checking them out here and there when I've been on the road, but how have you been liking that thing, actually? I mean, is it genuinely feel like a speed car? Does the chassis have the steel balls in for the droop screws? Well, I already have those droop screws installed on the front of this. They do supply a bag of the steel balled, you know, the rounded head droop screws with the chassis, if that's what you're talking about. I'm not going to put this rear chassis protector on this thing this time. I just, for some reason, feeling like it had somehow contribution to the breakage, but I could be completely wrong. Do you guys see the bench okay? It's always hard for me on looking at this on OBS versus how it actually looks out there. Does the lighting and stuff, can you guys see okay? And hear okay? What's up, guy on a moose? The two balls that are built into the chassis itself. I don't see two balls built in anywhere unless I'm missing something. Which is always possible. I also have a new set of D-Boots tires coming for this thing because a couple of these, this is one of them, like this one, I'm going to try and reglue these again, but I've already reglued most of them numerous times. But I ordered another set of them to have a couple extra ones on hand. Because I know one of the rear ones are completely blown apart and off the rim. And you can usually only glue them so many times before they finally just, you know, it's not even worth it. The tire the rim, the bead gets so chewed up that gluing it just doesn't even really work anymore. Thanks, RC Jeffrey, I appreciate it. RCK Studios, what's up? Yeah, I thought about trying to put something together for Halloween. But with timing of just getting home last night from work, it unfortunately didn't work out very well. I got 4 more weeks of this schedule, and then things will kind of start getting back to my usual screwed up type of mess, where it's, you know, a little more sporadic and different, but, you know, actually be home occasionally on weekends and stuff like that, so. Well, the front is back on there. Everything fit up nicely. So now I'm going to go ahead and get the back mounted up on here. And like I said, I feel like all these differentials, every one of these have all been shimmed. Everything still feels good. Everything looks good. I might throw a little bit more grease in there. This one, it's okay, but it's a little more drier than the front one was. Got some red and tacky now to put in here. Put a little dollop. Spin her around. So far, after putting, you know, these hot racing diff cases on this thing, I haven't had any issues with differentials and gears and stuff blowing apart on me. So it's been one of the better upgrades as far as differential problems I have ever put on the cars. Hey, just got out from wrenching on. Yeah, so far I'm really liking this grease. Working pretty nice. It definitely seems to stay put pretty well. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the that little stainless steel skid that I had on the old chassis. I'm gonna leave that off here because I don't think I need it, and I think that with that and the thicker the chassis and everything, it's gonna be too much. Come on. Anybody else wrenching on anything? Seem to always catch people whenever they're in the middle of working on stuff too. Always such a nice fit on these aluminum diff cases. Get that nice little snapping action to the screws. Well, got 3 wheels on a chassis. Goes. Oh, you just got done working on your Kraton 86S2? That's what we got here. This is the V4 version. Been a great car. This car has been far better than my EXB. But my EXB so far now, after changing out the A-arms and shimming in the front pillow balls and getting rid of all the spacers. I always took the front spacers off the top. The plastic one, but I had never really removed that red one on the bottom. And after removing those on both the EXB and the 6S, I haven't had any issues now with the drive shafts blowing out. So, alright, well now we got this thing back on its wheels. We'll go ahead and get the electronics pulled out of here so that we can start getting this stuff transferred over now. What I usually like to do, get these side skirts off of here next. Also, one other question, I'm sure somebody else has dealt with it. MIP, they're tools. They're nut drivers, the regular hand tools. They do still carry a lifetime warranty, correct? Because my red one, my 2.0 millimeter, has finally started to wear out now, where it's just not grabbing any screw. And I've tried multiple different kinds of screws, and it's just not fitting perfectly anymore. I don't trust it, I'll put it that way. I'm afraid I'm going to start stripping out screws, so... has anybody ever done a warranty replacement with them? Because as we know, the tools are not cheap. I tried sending him a message real quick because I was just on Instagram and I saw him post something on there, and I sent him a message on there. I hadn't gotten a reply, but I have a feeling he probably might not really do a lot of traffic on there, or a lot of that type of stuff. What's up, Who Rock? Alright, got the side skirts off this thing. I guess we'll get the battery box off of it next. Nice, at least all these are the same size screw. But I'm hoping by the end of this, before Wednesday when I leave, I'm hoping to have the Techno together and on its wheels, and maybe the electronics in it. Might not be running, but at least in it. Keep touching that grease from the front diff case. I know you guys probably can't really see what I'm doing too well on this side, but I think you all seen screws taken out before. Oh, these are the... the servo screws. I don't know why they felt so long for a second. What did you do to that chassis? I mean, I have launched that EXB, clocked trees head on, and haven't had any problems with mine. Must have done something pretty serious. I mean, obviously nothing is completely bulletproof. I mean, everything is going to have its limitations. What's up, Christians RC? How's it going, buddy? For newish to the hobby, what cars have you ran so far? If you're just kind of getting started, I mean, do you have any like 3S cars already? Sorry, taking a drink, guys. And also, it depends on what kind of surfaces you're driving on. Because, I mean, that plays a huge part in what type of car you might want or be ideal for you. If you're out just running mainly into grass, roads, just flat dirt stuff, you're not jumping it. But if you're going to be out there and just trying to launch it and beat the snot out of it. I mean, like the Typhon 6S car is awesome. It's an absolute rocket. You guys have seen it. Have your own probably. But if you're going to be dealing with really rough and rocky and nasty conditions, probably not the ideal car because the clearance issue. You know, it's a buggy. So, you know. Yeah, I haven't drove the Outcast 6S EXP or anything yet. I mean, I got the Italian hoagie, you know, the Talon, as we call it now. I don't think he's in here, but Skyspeed, he even put up a post on his about that. He just got one because I'm constantly calling the cars weird names and the wrong names. So I just started calling the Talon the Italian, just because I could. And now he started calling his, and he even put a letter on his, named it the Italian. I thought it was pretty funny. Well, the old EXB chassis is a little bit shorter. And it's tweaked, and it's got a roll to it also, and it's, besides being snapped, it's also twisted. But everything else looks to be okay. A lot of dirt crammed in here, man. The cleanup after that bash out there, guys, was just a mess. It was so muddy out there at that motocross track. The cleanup afterwards was not as much fun. I don't think I've ever sat there with a hose in my hand so long, scrubbing and cleaning, just trying to get them 90% clean. Ridiculous. Yeah, definitely, I would agree. Big Al, if you're not wanting to do crazy backflips and tricks, go with the Kraton because of the long wheelbase. You know, just makes it handle and jump a lot flatter, and it handles really nicely in the air if you are going to be jumping it. But if you're wanting to do a bunch of backflips and crazy stuff, then yeah, go with the Outcast. But if you're just wanting, you know, handling and jumping nice, I would go with the Kraton. All right. Now I'm going to try and pick up this mess of electronics. and set it all inside here. This should be nice and awkward. Especially since I got to get the center brace through here. It worked, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with a Kraton. Creightons are great platforms. The EXBs caught a bad name at the beginning because of the differential problems and all that stuff. But, you know, once that was sorted out, I mean, they're a great truck. Yeah, this is not going to be... I should have rethunked the way that I did this, but I'm going to live with it now. Once I get a couple screws in this motor and get that part holding in place, I don't think it'll be too bad. Usually I do separate the motor. I unplug everything and separate the motor, but just trying to do it all in one big chunk. Bring you guys back overhead. Watch me bumble around with this thing. Get a few started. But I think between this chassis and the new chassis brace, how much was that chassis? Most of the 6S line chassis are, I think, 129 or 130. Right now, M2C is running a sale. They have a 15% off Halloween special, so if you do want to get one, now wouldn't be a terrible time to do it. I think you just put the code SPOOK, you know, at checkout there, and then you get 15% off your order. All right, getting a few pieces together here. Just my body with the drywall tape. Yeah, the drywall tape. You know, after doing my X-Maxx with that, I have two things to say about drywall tape and shoe goo. Does it help the bodies and keep them lasting longer? Absolutely. Will I probably ever do one again? Absolutely not. I don't know. I mean, I guess everybody has things they don't mind or they enjoy doing. You know, just like a lot of people enjoy painting. I hate painting. And I think it kind of falls under that class of the same thing. We're sitting there, cutting out, fitting up pieces of drywall tape and trying to get everything to stick. Because I even got the sticky drywall tape. It wore my patience down. And I decided that I don't think the $90 for a body was worth the aggravation I dealt with during that whole process. But, I mean, as far as helping the body and everything, absolutely. I mean, that X-Maxx body has seen some things, and it has been holding together awesome. So, I mean, it definitely works, that's for sure. Does it get frustrating to do? Absolutely. But again, that's for me. I know people that love painting rooms and love painting, and man, the last thing I want to do is put a paintbrush in my hand. Something about it I just can't stand. Yes, Ryan, I was talking about that earlier in the video. The winner of the Typhon 3S will be announced very soon. I'm probably going to put together a video tonight, just a quick video. Talking, you know, just basically picking a random... Why did my thing just do that? Picking a random winner. Like I said, for anybody that wanted to enter for the Typhon 3S here. And, you know, everybody I think is pretty clear. You know, these are not new cars. You know, this car has probably had This is probably its third chassis underneath this car. I mean, this car has seen a lot of abuse. It's been aired out. It's been broken. It's been put back together. But it runs. Everything is good together on it. It's ready to throw a battery in it and take it out for a rip. But by no means are they perfect. But, you know, like I said, I thought about just trying to list them on the marketplace or something like that and sell them and get them, you know, just sell them because I'm just trying to make room for other stuff that's coming. And I don't run them as much now. So it's pointless for them to just sit there and do nothing and collect dust when somebody else could enjoy them. So that's why I decided to do that. And hopefully somebody else will have some fun and enjoy running them. You know, every one of them probably needs, you know, could use the steering link balls replaced in them. Yeah, they're starting to get worn out and things, minor little things, but, you know, they're ready to put a battery in and take it out and give it a rip. Yeah, mine. Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree with you guys. The drywall tape and shoe goo is a great thing to do. It works great. I just don't have the patience to do it. Well, I just kind of realized something stupid I did. I started putting the whole center together, and I didn't put the drive shafts in yet, so it looks like I'll be pulling that back out. Trying to get these screws lined up. But I don't think that's right. Can't see down through here. There we go. Now I got the right one. Was hitting the wrong hole. Israel tape that I had in the metal net. Yeah, I've been debating on what to do with my Techno body because I obviously want to protect it a little bit and keep it from getting destroyed too fast. Thinking about doing a light coating of just since it is kind of, it's going to be a race car, I'm not as concerned about it, so I just might put like a real thin a coat of the Flex Seal spray or something like that in there. I don't know. I've been trying to look at things differently with the Techno than I have been on most cars, because usually I'm just going for durability and weight isn't a big thing. But I'm obviously trying to keep the Techno as light as possible while making it strong. I knew somebody was going to say it. Thanks, Big Al. As soon as the words came out of my mouth, it was like, somebody's going to catch that. She's coming together, though. Looking good. Now, I think I'm going to loosen up. I'm going to get all the electronic stuff screwed into place, and then just loosen up the center motor mount, the center motor stuff, and then get that undo it, and then put the drive shafts in, because I really don't want to. It's either that or I gotta split the diff case or pull the diff cover off. Again, not like that's a terrible thing, but I can either pull a couple screws off now and have them both done, or just do it this way. I think this way it'll be easier. It's going together pretty easily though. One thing, like I said, with the 3S, 4S, 6S line, I mean, working on them and fixing them is, you know, not bad at all. Very easy. Definitely something, you know, you take your time, you know, even if you've never done it before. Just take your time, watch what you're doing, watch what you're taking apart. You know, it's not bad at all. All right, we got the steering servo back on. Yeah, the kit build, Struck Trees, has been awesome. You know, building this Techno from scratch has just been an awesome time. Definitely, and you know, I was thinking, I'm sure it's kind of obvious, but you know, I was thinking anybody that's out there that is, you know, getting started into the hobby and starting to learn and want to work on their own cars. I mean, guys, the best thing you could do would be to go buy, you know, one of those $100 or $200 Tamiya kits, you know, one of those little kit builders, and build your first car. Build the car up from scratch, from the bottom. And, you know, I mean, obviously every car is different, but it'll give you a pretty good idea of what the car is, how it's built, pieces you need, what's going to what. You know, it'd just definitely be a great way to start. To get used to and get familiar and comfortable with tearing the car apart and fixing them yourself. Because, I mean, taking them to the hobby shop all the time can get rather expensive. Alright. I think now that that's all together, I'm going to loosen up this center and get the drive shaft put in here. I didn't even tighten these down the whole way by the looks of it. Get all those pulled out. Monster Jam fans, how much do you think that Kraton is worth with all your upgrades? The Kraton on this one? You know, I don't know. You know, the price of used cars is such a hard thing kind of for me to put together because, you know, I mean, this car brand new to go buy it, you know, or what, right around $600, I think. I can't even remember the price now. I know they were originally like $549, but I think they're like $600 now. You know, with the upgrades, and then you gotta subtract being used and abused and all this stuff. I mean, if I were to go out and try to sell this car outright to somebody, even with the M2C chassis and everything done to it, because I mean, you know, the M2C chassis is one of those things. It's like somebody's buying a car, they're looking for a Kraton 6S. A lot of times, some people may care what you've put on it. Other times, they just want the car and do what they want to do with it. So you can't say, oh, well, you know, I spent, you know, $130 on a chassis, so, you know, if I want $300 for the car, then I'm going to charge $400. It doesn't work that way as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I see some of the prices out there, and I'm sure you guys have seen them too. The prices, people, Monster Jam fans, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that a lot. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm excited to see who's going to win the Typhon 3S. And then, guys, also, after the Typhon 3S giveaway, that's going to happen. Like I said, that video will probably be up tomorrow, announcing the winner. And then the big rock's going, or not the big rock, the granite is going to go up next after that. And then after that, I might do another giveaway, with either one of two things. Either a crawler, my Everest 10 that has been modified beyond all belief, that or one of my mini Losies. I might give one of those away next to somebody, so we're going to continue to go through the cycle of cars, as I go through stuff and have fun with them for a while. Pass them on to somebody else that can enjoy them for a while. So, I'll be excited, like I said, Christian that got my last one on the Creighton 4S. I mean, like I said, guys, he's a great guy. And any guys that haven't checked out his channel, go check out Christian's RCs. He's in the chat here. Great dude. I mean, I see him everywhere. Like, I go to other people's channels and watch videos. And I honestly, guys, so many guys that come through and watch your stuff, sometimes I get tied up. Like, I'll start watching videos. I'm at work and get pulled aside. And I don't always get to comment on stuff. But I really do check out a lot of stuff. And I see Christian always popping up across everybody's channels, showing support and, all that stuff. And he's a great dude. And, I was really glad that, he got the Creighton 4S. And that's why I wanted to do the giveaway this way, was actually subscribers, because I didn't advertise the giveaway anywhere on Facebook or Instagram or anything. It was just, the clip store. And the other giveaways will be the same way. I'm not going to post up a video about it. It's just going to be a segment, quick thing like I did at the last one. When I got down the motocross track, I told you guys how to enter. Because I don't want to advertise it, because I don't want it going out and causing a bunch of traffic to the channel of people that aren't actually subscribers and actually, come by here all the time and, show the support. There's lots of people out there that always just want free stuff and will go subscribe to places like that. I'm not interested in that. So that's why I'm trying to do the giveaways and quick little segments on the giveaways during the videos so that nobody really knows about it unless you actually pay attention to the videos. Or at least watch the first few minutes. Because I know everybody, everybody gets busy, things are going on, you start trying to watch, you get sidetracked, and, we all do it. But I have this terrible sneaking feeling that I am going to are these drive shafts different lengths? Did I? Well, that's kind of weird. I don't know why that seemed like it was awfully long. It was kind of bizarre. I'm hoping there isn't something weird going on here. Well, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing this, but for some reason, my drive shaft is too short. Now, trying to see what could possibly be doing that and why it's doing it's. Now, guys, I am like a solid, and if I line up where the center should be, my drive shaft is a solid inch too short. Now, anybody that's really good with the Creighton numbers, is the Creighton V5 longer? Because I'm a little confused at the moment. Unless I... Yes, Houston, we do have a problem. I mean, the drive shafts are exactly the same. They're the same length. And I know that this one was the rear, I'm pretty sure, because it's got the major rub mark where it usually rubs on the rear center brace. Well, I'm going to have to look through my box. I could possibly have... I may have just picked the wrong drive shaft out of this thing. But I thought it was the only drive shaft I had floating around. Wait a minute. You know what, guys? I would say that's the drive shaft for the rear. Thank you to whoever just mentioned that. I don't know what this drive shaft's even from. Maybe... Oh, you know what this is for? This was an extra front Typhon drive shaft. So if I ever bend the front center drive shaft again, I had an extra one. I just seen a drive shaft and I thought it was the one I threw in there from the Creighton when it blew out. Make your own dog bone. Well, you know, if I had a lathe and some stuff and actually knew how to do that stuff, I would consider that. However, I have never ran a lathe, to be honest with you. I've ran many, many tools and can run a lot of stuff. But machine work is one thing I have never gotten into or messed with. I watch videos on them, watching guys do the stuff, and it's amazing the work that they do and how they do it. But I've never done it. But I don't know if you guys watch, if any of you guys are into watching some of these guys like these restoration stuffs. Great ways to fall asleep. Not that their stuff's boring, but for some reason, you know, the way that they kind of do it, in that whole ASMR type fashion, I think. You know, watching some of these guys and like, you know, it's amazing the parts that'll be broken on some of the stuff they're restoring, and they just like, oh, I'll make a new one. It's like, how are you going to make that? And they go through the whole process, and it's just amazing watching some of that stuff. I definitely have a lot of respect for the people that make, you know, they're really good with that machining stuff and lathe work. It's amazing the stuff they can put together. All right, well, now that we have the right drive shaft, everything fits. RCK. What am I missing? So Earl worked for NASA? I didn't know you worked for NASA, Earl. You ask me things electronics-wise, or how a television broadcast is put together, I can tell you that. Pretty much my whole life has all been in electronics. Either from electronics repair to component level repair work on everything. I mean, you name it. Everything from TVs to computers to camcorders, game systems. I've repaired them all. But lathe work and that type of machine stuff is one thing I've never messed with. Number one, because I never just bought a lathe for the hell of it. Because they're not cheap and just started trying to machine something. Didn't sound like a great idea. Nitro Freak, what's up? We're just trying to stick the wrong drive shafts in the wrong end of the car. That's all, you know. We got some precision repair time going on here. She's going together, though. So, let me go ahead and get this thing stuck back in there to get everything pulled in the right direction. At some point, I would like to do... This thing kind of is in need of heavier shock towers, because, I mean, I have bent these shock towers on this thing so many times. Hammered them straight, replaced them, I think, once. but I haven't been landing it too much in nasty directions, you know, on the front or back, so I haven't actually bent them up too bad recently. All right, well, she's wheeling and making noise again. Now I had to go through the bottom here. So these are all for the side skirts. What is this screw for? Oh, that's my battery box I gotta put in. Or not battery box, but receiver box screw. She's almost back together. I'm excited to get tearing into the Techno again. Sorry, checking my batteries. Trying to get a couple sets of 4S put together because I'm going to take out the X-Maxx and the Kraton 8S or the Outcast 8S with me on the next run. And guys, I don't know if any of you guys have followed along with this X-Maxx. This thing has just gotten ridiculous. I'm running the Hobby Wing Max 5 combo in here with the 800 kV motor. I've been messing with gearing on it, and Earl, since you're in here, maybe you can help give me a little bit of input on this. Now, I know with the weight of the X-Maxx is where I feel like this issue is coming into play. Between the wheelbase on it and the weight of this motor in there is just entirely too much. I was running the 3950 gearing on it, and it's just got, it's so much low end. There's air control, like top speed in the air, I'm losing too much. I just put on there now a 45 tooth, so now I'm running 4550 gearing on it. I'm hoping that I gain my air control back that I need, because I had to go with belted tires because once I wasn't recording, but I was trying to use it again in my driveway with stock tires and exploded one. I mean, they're gone. So I had to go with belted tires on it, but of course with the belted, you lose air control, and I don't think I had enough gearing. I ran the 4550 gearing on it for about 15-20 minutes of running it pretty hard, non-stop. And I mean, the motor got warm, but it was not bad at all. I think the temperatures were like around 120, 130 degrees. As far as the very highest it went was usually about 120, right around in there. So I'm hoping with the new gearing it'll work in there, but I'm starting to second guess that motor in that car. Yeah, Earl, it's the 800 kV, the one that like you had in your, I think, the Outcast. I can't remember if it was your Outcast or Kraton. I feel like that motor would be better in the Kraton 8S. Like putting a different combo, putting that combo in that, and putting like maybe like the Max 6 with the 1100 kV or something like that in the X-Maxx might be better, but I guess I'm going to take it out with this new gearing and see how it works out. And if it's ridiculous still, or not, I don't even say ridiculous. If I still don't have the air control I need with that gearing, I think at that point I'm going to move that system over to the Kraton 8S. But I might put a different chassis underneath the Kraton 8S and then put that system in there, because I feel like that system might be better suited for the Kraton, but trying to get some input on that. What's up, Commander? Sitting here putting the M2C chassis under the Kraton 6S after the snappage. Alright, well, I guess we'll get the center braces in here now. The front center brace is still the stock. I didn't get the M2C one for the front center. I should have. But the fronts I haven't broke that often. I mean, I have broke a couple of them, but it's always the rears that are the first ones to go. Thoughts on the new Arma Infraction 3S? Wait a minute, isn't the... You know, I've looked at the cars, But I thought that the infraction looking thing was not 3S. Or am I completely wrong on that? I thought it was like a brushed version. Or which one is the brushed? Like just a regular Mega. Well, now I got the center support completely wedged down there in an awkward place. Holy cow. This might require some shaking. Managed to get it wedged in there just in that right spot where it's caught between the ESC, the center drive shaft, it may just live there forever here soon. Good grief. You know, goofiest things get caught up and cause the most trouble sometimes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Build it, break it, fix it. By the way, hey, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I thought that they were the Mega version. Yeah, I mean, running that thing, putting 4S in that thing would be fun. I think running that thing as a brushed Mega doesn't sound like a terrible amount of fun, to be honest. Just seems like that would be entirely too slow and would kind of defeat the whole point of it. And then you get into that whole thing. It's like, you know, I have hardly ever talked to anybody that went and brought a Mega version of any Arma, the brushed version, and then left it that way. I mean, just like, I think the only Mega I ever bought was a Sentin. And literally, I had it for about 30 minutes of driving it around in my driveway, and I said, yeah, this thing needs brushless. And I went and bought a brushless system. So, I mean, why even bother at that point? I don't know why they just don't automatically come with a 3S or 4S system in them. Yeah, I imagine that car on 4S would be fun to rip around. It seems like that would be a good intermediate platform to have some fun with on the streets. Could definitely see that. You guys got a nice shot of the wheel there. That was real good, right? All right, well, we got the front brace in there. I'm going to have to get an aluminum one on the front. But I guess we'll go ahead and get the wing mounted back up. This rear wing is crinkled in a little bit. I'm not sure. Screw didn't break is what I thought happened trying to get this thing out, because it seemed like the screw was maybe busted off in the bulkhead, but turns out it wasn't. There's the other screw for that. All right. Get the wing back in her. Making sure none of my nuts fell out of the wing. I don't know how many times I've had that happen. You go to put the wing on and you just ram these nuts back through. Big Al, don't start. Sorry. Not automatically blaming you that you're going to go that direction, but yeah, I really like the white wing with the Red Bull body here. The original plan for this body was for it to kind of transition into some white into the back, but that never happened, and it also turned into like whatever this is, a V1, V2 body rather than the V4, but the body still looks cool. Had to drill some different holes to get it to mount up properly, but it worked out good. May I share the link to my Infraction Megaway giveaway here? I don't know. We'll ask the audience, RCK. Does anybody mind if he shares the link to his his Mega giveaway? I personally don't mind. If anybody you're going to be doing a giveaway like that, that's always cool. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, go ahead, RCK. I think everybody will be okay with that. Everybody that's in here. All right, we got the first couple screws mounted up. Get these back ones in here. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, getting the giveaways out there is always fun. Getting people into the hobby and maybe getting them something that they'd maybe not be able to get, or afford at the moment. It's a great way. When I first started this thing, getting the first car, it's like, I couldn't imagine having any more than, 2 cars or 3 cars. And it's turned into this. I know you guys can't see it over there. I don't know what we're going to do with them, but my local hobby shop, Playthings, etc., had these tanks. I'll show you one here. A whole bunch of these tanks. They light up, they fully move, they shoot, and they shoot these lasers, and apparently you can hit the other tanks, and we're trying to figure out something fun to do with these things, because we have 5 of them. We have 5 of these tanks, so all on separate remote control, so trying to come up with something fun to do with these things. What's up, Shane? Sorry, man. I keep trying to look at the comments. I'll scroll through. The infraction deserves to be brushless. Brushed is... honestly, whenever they make the brushed version of the, the Senton, the Granite, and stuff like that, if it's his first kid's RC, your first RC, you're not even necessarily a kid, but your first RC, and just getting used to controlling it and all that stuff, it's a great way to start. But to do weird cars like that with a street, but I guess, you got to kind of look at it. It's like, all right, well, somebody that's maybe just buying their first RC, but all they have to do is drive on a street. So you got to kind of have something very entry level to give them for that also. Because, some people literally have no dirt or grass to drive in. All they have is streets or pavement. So I guess I can kind of see, the thought process behind that. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm hoping. I know a lot of people, are entered into the video and stuff on there. But I've also noticed a lot of people that I know that obviously have a lot of RCs and stuff. They've commented on the video, but they're not using the keyword to enter the video. And, I really appreciate that because they're leaving it for, people that might not have, a dozen, 2 dozen RCs. So I'm excited to give these things away. And also, actually, hold on a second. I want to double check something really quick. Yeah, so, I don't know if he's still in here. Is Commander still in here? Well, we'll announce that during the video, I guess. Sorry if that's really loud in your ears, guys. I'm trying to rebend this screw a little bit because it's pretty bent for the rear wing part here. But anyway, I'm trying to catch up in my own thing so I can see our CK students just so. Oh, that's awesome, RCJ. You found a bigger RC tank. I've seen so many people going to thrift stores and finding some really cool RCs that people just don't know what they have or what it is, or they don't care, or probably, you know, who knows, a divorce and the wife just chucking stuff out that she doesn't know what it is. But I've seen a lot of people recently finding some really awesome stuff there. And it's partially started making me think I should go check out my local one and see if there's anything cool there. I mean, I've gone to them in the past, but I've never come across anything like that, or anything very cool. I thought about getting a tank, like a bigger, full-blown, bigger tank that can actually shoot stuff. Well, let me take that back. Actually, shoot like, you know, the ones that'll shoot like the airsoft BBs and stuff like that. But I haven't got one yet, obviously. Nice. See, this is awesome, guys. I'm seeing you guys checking out each other's channels, subbing each other's stuff. That's good. Now if I can just get the screw to start, I'll be in better shape. It's bent, so it's causing one high spot. I think I got it now. There we go. Now we're cooking with, what is that saying? Is it cooking with butter? Cooking with fire? I can't remember. We're cooking with something. Now, well, I guess I'm going to have to pull this apart, because I just realized, because this is one great thing with the M2C center braces, guys, is besides the screw going through, you know, the chassis and up into the brace, there's the nut that also goes down on top, so that that screw doesn't loosen up and causes that slop where it starts and it causes you to shear the screw off on the chassis. However, I can't get to it with the center brace in the way. So I'm going to have to get the center brace out of the way for a second. And I think, rather than taking apart the whole rear end again, it's going to be easier just to take this front off. Flip the little cage aside here. And do it this way. It's just looking. Nice, guys. Get this thing together. Yeah, I'm planning, like I said, we'll do the Typhon 3S giveaway tomorrow. What the heck? People trying to call me right now. We'll do the Typhon 3S tomorrow. And then probably in one of the other videos I make this week while I'm home, we will do the Granite. I'll post a clip somewhere along the video like I did for the Typhon and everything. And that way we'll do the Typhon next. I'm trying to get the screw to stay in this thing. I need to magnetize these tips. I need a bigger magnet so that I can I know if you rub a magnet on something for a moment, you can get it temporarily magnetized. Hopefully this works. I think I got it. I think she lined up now. There we go. All right. Got the nice new shiny M2C brace in here. That one should not shear off. Oh, nice, Big Al. Glad you guys are checking out each other's channels. I try to always come and visit along and stuff, and guys that, you know, come and visit me regularly and, you know, let me know that they got their channel and try to come by and visit and drop a sub too. It's always fun getting to share, you know, stuff you're putting together with people. And guys, I do have a question for everybody out there listening right now. You know, and it seemed kind of it seemed kind of weird and coincidental because I've seen some other channels posting the same comment or question, you know, on their community page. And at the same time, it brought the same question to my head. Do you guys mind? You know, I mean, obviously we know that mostly this is a bashing channel and going out there and having fun and, you know, messing around and launching them and breaking them. But, you know, with the different smaller, you know, doing the unboxings and little reviews on, you know, the smaller, you know, basically, you know, not quite hobby grade, like the Wholesome truck that I just did the video on that I posted up yesterday. I mean, that truck, honestly, guys, was a lot of fun. I mean, it held together well. But, you know, do you guys think it's kind of weird doing videos with the really smaller, you know, almost toy grade stuff? You know, some of these companies, you know, I'll just be straightforward. They sent them along to me asking, you know, hey, you want me to send you this if you could check it out? And curiosity is like, yeah, you know, I'll see what the car is and see what it looks like and, you know, see what it can do. And I do the video and basically pass it along, you know, to see if anybody else wants to watch it. I mean, I know everybody can obviously hit that skip or not watch it if they're not interested, but, you know, I was just curious if people think that that's weird or don't like it, I guess. Alright, what else do I got left to hook up to this thing? I gotta get the wheel, but get the side skirts, the rear body post, and I think that is it. And I'm just gonna go over it, make sure that everything else is tight on this thing. Yeah, we're getting the M2C chassis under this thing. The next one, I think, to get a chassis is going to be the K8S, the Kraton. Only if I decide to put this 800 kV hobby wing setup in it. Because then I feel like it will have enough oomph to move the, you know, the slightly heavier chassis along. Because obviously I want to put the heavier basher chassis on it. And, you know, I put the one under the Outcast 8S. And, I mean, that thing's just an absolute beast. It doesn't it doesn't even notice anything you do to it. All right, yeah, I appreciate it. I'm just curious because, like, I've seen some people, I mean, I've been watching some other people's stuff when they do videos on it and just kind of getting curious. And some people are like, you know, I don't come here, you know, to watch unboxings on, you know, toy grade cars or this or that or cars that I can't, you know, you can't even jump. It's like, well, yeah, I get your argument, but at the same time, it's not always, it's not just you watching. You know, there's lots of other people that are just getting into the hobby or just wanting to buy their kid their first RC and wanting to see a video before they buy it. So that's the reason why I was trying to do a video on it, just so that people could see, all right, well, this is how fast the thing actually is. Is it capable of going into dirt and grass? No, it's not. But if you're wanting to mess around with it in your house, knock yourself out. But I've just seen people catch flack. I haven't really caught any flack about it, but I've seen other people catch flack, so that's what just made me curious. Yeah, I appreciate it. I just kind of was curious what your guys' opinion was on that, because, you know, when I first started in this, you know, I was watching videos on all kinds of cars that, you know, now I've moved on. You know, would I buy again now? No, because, you know, as you progress in the hobby and you mess around with different cars, you know, you kind of have fun with certain things. But at the time, they were really helpful to actually see, you know, the car doing something and what it would do. So, anyway. I really appreciate y'all stopping in tonight, guys. plan after this. I got to do a couple little grocery shopping items. And then deal with trick-or-treating. And a friend keeps calling me. I'm not answering the phone right now. Sorry, do you guys want to take a phone call with a buddy? But there's trick-or-treat here tonight in my town. So they're getting ready to start trick-or-treating here in the next couple hours, I think. I haven't got to really keep up the time because I wasn't even sure what day it was until yesterday because I didn't know if I was definitely going to be home or not. Yeah, call him. I wonder. You can always get Trevor on the line. Although I don't know if we could find anything to hit him through the phone. I don't know how, man, that guy. Like I said, I swear that he has some sort of internal magnet on him. Because we're really not trying to kill him. I swear to God, I'm not. Trying to usually put him somewhere that, where he wants to try to catch a shot and thinks it'd be a good spot. But seems somewhat safe. Maybe a tiny bit sketchy. And it never seems to work out too many times. All right. Well, got everything. I think we're going to get this little front mud skirt, whatever you want to call this thing, back on here again. She's just about ready to roll again, guys. This has definitely been my favorite Creighton out of all the 6S ones. I mean, I'm basically between this and the EXB. The EXB has been fine now, but I still have a little bit of a sore spot for it. From watching it on the shelf for months and months and months at a time. Can't find you. I don't know if the YouTube allows you. I can't honestly remember, but if you can copy your link from your channel, you could post it in the comments. I know YouTube has kind of gone back and forth with that, with being able to post links in there. Seems like one day you can, and then one day you can't. So if you can, go for it, guys. All right. Stick the other wheel onto this thing. I don't know if this is one of the wheels that, yeah. This is another one of the ones that blew apart. Now, this bead is a little bit cracked, but I might be able to re-glue this one. It's still wet inside. It was such a mess. I'm just going to stick the tire on there for now, but like I said, I have a set of the 6S D-boots that should be here probably tomorrow, I'm guessing. Either tomorrow or Tuesday, and get a new set of tires under that thing. I also got 2 tires for the Kraton 8S, because after the bash and after I was cleaning this pig up, cleaning the 10 pounds of mud that were off it, I noticed one of these back tires, I finally blew it apart, and it actually split right along. It didn't actually unglue, but the tire ripped right along the bead. So it was pretty much toast. So I ordered 2 tires, so I had a spare for the Creighton, because I didn't have any extras for the 8S Creighton. I do have extra Outcast tires, and I got extra big X-Maxx tires, but I didn't have anything for that one. Well, everything sounds pretty good. You know what's amazing? You spot this right here. This is the stock servo that came with this car. The crappy red stock armor servo. And this thing has still lived, which blows my mind. I mean, it just goes to show you, it's not all... Most of them are trash. Most of those red servos are trash. But for some reason, this one has decided to hang tight. I don't know how or why. Because, I mean, this car has seen, you know, pretty decent abuse. But it's still kicking, which I don't understand how that stock servo is still rolling. Usually I figure I'll get 1, maybe 2 runs out of one of those stock servos. But somehow, this one has decided to hang in there. And it still works pretty decent. I mean, obviously they're not super fast, but it's held together. So I'm not going to change it out and just change it out to change it out. When it dies, it'll die. On a basher, it's like, eh. But obviously you'd like to have some power and torque behind them still, but, you know, I haven't bothered changing it out yet because it hasn't died. But I think that's it, guys. Got the new M2C racing chassis under this thing, and she's ready to rip again. Got the center brace in there, got that changed out. So, this thing should be able to take a pretty good whooping now. It's always been kind of the scary part of when we land in these things badly. I've landed them on fence posts and everything else you guys have seen. The Typhon has seen some really nasty abuse with the chassis, but it's always nice when you don't have to really worry about the chassis getting tweaked up. But that's how she is. Yeah, but I definitely like the white wing with this body. It came out good. I just hope that the body would have had some white in it, a little more white in it to kind of transition it back to the wing, but it still came out pretty cool. Y'all know how I like my Red Bull. One of those things, some people drink, you know, beer, this and that. Red Bull is my thing. I don't know why. I just love the Red Bull. RC Cave, did you actually post the link? Or just not post it yet? Or did YouTube not allow it to happen? Yes. Red Bull and vodka, I have found, honestly, besides the regular stuff, but the cranberry, Red Bull, and Tito's or whatever vodka is really good together. That does mix quite well. But yeah, Creighton is ready to roll again. I'll throw the new tire on it when they come tomorrow the next day, and she'll be ready to rip. But real quickly, discuss this thing. I've been having good luck with this. Now I am running on this. I'm terrible with remembering stuff. I'm running the gearing on this car now of the RC Cave. Here, I'll type this in so you guys can, anybody that would like to grab some of the new stickers. Show you these real quick again. I know a lot of you guys have already seen them, but the new stuff, yeah, you probably just seen it on the body. But these are the two I have. And the light is completely blowing them out. These are the two. One's like obviously the oval, Bars&tone, and this is going to be the new logo coming up here on like shirts and hats and all that stuff. I'm really digging this thing. And this is going to kind of stay more of the sticker logo. I don't know. I just kind of like it as a sticker. It came out pretty cool. But anyway, shoot me your email to this address. Sorry, I'm typing. I got to concentrate real tight here. Shoot an email address to that address, with your name and address, and I will get stickers mailed out. Basically, in every pack, usually I was sending out one of each sticker, along to anybody that wanted them. So, If you'd like one, send me an email, and I will get you a couple stickers sent out. But anyway, back to the Limitless here. I am running a 3229 on this now. Is the gearing I'm running. I'm being told that gearing should be good for around 140 with this current setup. But, you know, I was running the 35, 39, I think it was. And it seemed like that 118, you know, I wasn't going to get much up above. I may have been able to hit 120, but I hit 118 with multiple passes. But decided to try this gearing and see how she runs. But we're going to take it out and run it on 6S first, and then run it on the 8S and see what we can get with this thing. Because I would love to hit, honestly, small steps to hit 125 would be really happy. You know, if we hit anything above that would be great. Oh, RC Cave. Well, when you shoot me your email address, I'll shoot you my email or my address. I'd love to grab some stickers. As you guys know, I love putting up. Probably can't see it on this camera very well, but I love putting everybody's stickers up here on the Armor banner. You know, we got Lyndon, RC for All, Dirty Boys, Full Trigger, Backyard Crawling, Riff Rass, Big Head RC, and some guys sent stickers along. I've been putting them up on the wall here slowly. So, yeah, anybody's got stickers. And Earl, if you're still in here, are you getting shirts or what? Because if you do, I want one. Well, I see somebody just sent me an email already. I will go through these guys and get all the email addresses put together and get them shipped out sometime this week. Probably, midweek. I got a lot of stuff between tomorrow, trying to get videos put together and some footage before I leave again on Wednesday. So it'll probably be Tuesday or so. I can get the stickers sent out. Well, my other 4S battery is done now. Also, guys, we have some new chargers. A company got in contact with me that if you guys are interested in some chargers, I'm going to be doing, they're sending me a couple different dual chargers to test out. I'm actually really kind of curious to try these things out. There's some new smart chargers. So we're kind of messing around with those things too. So I'm curious to see them. Supposedly, at least one of them is supposed to be, it links to your phone and will notify you, you can monitor through your phone, either when it's done, the charging rate. You can completely control the charger through your phone, apparently. I haven't personally messed with one of those, so that should be kind of interesting. But hopefully tomorrow we're going to take this out and hopefully hit 125. But I think, getting some more emails. We will get these together out to you guys. But yes, this is the next thing right here that I'm excited to get put together. Knowing I wasn't thinking, I put the whole back together on the Techno, the ET48 here, and I forgot that the rear drive shafts were coming for it. So I got to pop those apart real quick and put the M2C drive shafts in it. But we got a good little box of goodies here to get working on this thing. And guys, I mean, any of you guys that have put one of these together, it's really amazing how nicely everything just fits together on these Technos. I mean, the precision on everything has been amazing. It's just stupid little things. Like a lot of times when you go to put a new rear shock tower on an arm attracts anything, some of the screws don't line up right. You're kind of having to bend things and keep things really loose and wonky in order to get screws lined up. I mean, everything just fits. I mean, everything just fits up in there beautifully. And I'm still going to be learning a lot with all of this different adjustment you can do with these, with all the camber adjustment, the toe adjustment, because they give you all these different little pegs that fit into the rear hinge pin carriers. You can angle them differently ways. I mean, I know nothing about it right now, and I'm trying to watch some stuff and learn. But, I mean, everything on these things, and I mean, the diffs are just butter smooth. Really happy so far with the quality of this kit. I mean, it has just been amazing to put together. And just a total pleasure, to be honest. I mean, it has been a pleasure to put together. And, any of you guys that haven't seen, that's the body. I painted it. It came out pretty decent. Pretty happy with it. I mean, it could have been a little bit better, I guess. But, I mean, overall, the masking and the color and shine and everything came out pretty decent. I did just put... Well, you guys can't probably see that worth a damn because it's all blown out bright. But I just backed the whole back of it with a heavy coat of white after I was done. But it came out pretty decent. But these are the electronics that are going in the Techno. Got the Techno RX-8 system. It's the 4038 BL. It's a 2000 kV motor. And some people were asking, like, that ESC doesn't have a fan? It does have a fan. It just comes separately. I mean, I'm realizing with these builds, everything comes in pieces. You pretty much put everything together. I mean, no wires or solder on the ESC, nothing. I mean, you put the whole thing together. But this thing should rip pretty good with this kit. And I was messing around a lot of checking with different servos and watching a lot of other people's videos with these cars and what servos they're running. And a whole bunch of people were really hyping. They weren't the fastest in the world. It's some of the really fast ones you can get. But as far as torque, durability, and precision, people are really happy with these high-techs. This D951TW. It's a full metal case. I think it's got the titanium gears in it. But this is a servo I chose for it. I heard a lot of great things about it. Hopefully, I like it. Never used one, so it'll be interesting to see. Might have to order in. Sorry, I'm trying to check up with some of your guys' comments here real quick. Oh, nice. D's nuts. You just picked up a M2C chassis for the Creighton EXP. Nice. Yeah, you know, that's the other car. I'm going to continue to run the Talon, the Italian hoagie, you know, as we call it, on it until it bends. It started getting a little bit of a tweak to the back chassis, but I'm going to run it probably on the next bash or two. I'm sure it'll bend into the point or kink it, but I will be putting an M2C under that thing at some point. Because we got the Hobby Wing combo in that thing, and it's got plenty of power too, so. She's been running good. I've been really enjoying that Talon now that, you know, after getting the tires on that thing, gearing it, it has just been awesome. That car went from absolutely hating that car to the point where I thought about seriously selling it to absolutely loving it. It's amazing. Just with a few little tweaks and upgrades to it, it made a whole big difference to that car. You want the M2C super light chassis for my EXP. Yeah, that's what this is. The I don't know. It's not specified as that, but when I spoke with the guys at M2C, you know, I was talking. I want to wait and I'm just kind of curious to see the difference if there is or what exactly is. I mean, this chassis is super light. You know, this one from M2C, but you know, specifically made as the racing chassis for, you know, the Techno, obviously. So I'm sure it'll be nice, and can't wait to get this thing mounted underneath everything. Big Al's back. Yeah, I noticed that, Big Al, with painting. The first body I ever painted, I just painted it with multiple coats. And I mean, it looked okay. And then after the first time of actually backing it with the white paint, I mean, the difference it made with that color, just the shine and the pop from it, made such a gigantic difference. So I try to do with all of them now. I got a few cans of white, so they came out pretty decent. I'm definitely curious. I've seen people running these bleeder style shock caps on, you know, on some of the other style the Creightons, and really said that they made an enormous difference to the suspension. So really curious to try these things out on there. But anyway, guys, I don't think I'm going to keep you guys anymore. I think I'm going to go out and finish my few errands I got to do today to go get cleaned up. And then I'm going to come back and start putting my baby together here and getting this Techno hopefully under a chassis tonight is the plan. And I'll try to bring you guys, show you guys through pictures. You guys that are follow along on Instagram, I try to post up pictures of, things like this as they're going, some pieces of what I'm getting done. So, if any of you guys are following along there, want to check the stuff out as it goes, feel free. If not, you don't have to. It's a beauty, right? So, anyway, guys, I think that is going to finish up the video for tonight. I appreciate everybody coming along and joining in while we got the Creighton 6S fixed up again. But everything else is actually good to go. The big rock's in awesome shape. The Creighton 8S is good to go, except it needs a tire. And the X-Maxx should be interesting on this run. I'm definitely taking it out this week. I think tomorrow early I'm going to try to head out and go down to the BMX track for a little bit. That or the skate park. And take the X-Maxx out for a rip and see how I like the gearing on that thing now. And I do a little BMX or skate park runs and then do the speed run with the Limitless later in the afternoon. That's my plan. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate everybody dropping by. As always, really appreciate all the support and you guys join along here. Everybody have a great Halloween out there. Y'all be safe. And don't eat too much candy. Stuff will make your teeth rot out. Speaking of, I just came from the dentist. I was amazed. I thought I had a cavity. I thought for sure I had a kind of, this is random as hell, but I thought I had a cavity because I, usually go to the dentist like every year, 2 years, but I brush my teeth twice a day. And went to the cavity, really thought I had a cavity for sure. And it turned out my toothpaste I was using was making my gums sensitive, so they put me on a special toothpaste. That was a random bit for the day. Anyway, all right, we're going to go now. Well, that's going to do it, guys. I appreciate y'all coming by, but y'all have a good Halloween. So until next time, y'all be safe. Be careful out there. Peace out, everybody.